Jason Gaston here, Freedom Flipper. I'm actually on vacation this week for New Year's, visiting family in Brooklyn, New York. As you can see by the architecture around you here that we're in Brooklyn, New York. But what I want to talk about in the video today, the topic of today's video is rehabbing remotely. Now, personally in my business, to this point in my career, I've always done rehabs, within an hour of where I live. Somewhere I can drive to easily. So, but that being said, as many times while those rehabs are going on, I like to be able to travel, visit family. Sometimes we go on a cruise, things like that. I like to be able to have those projects that we're rehabbing to keep on going, whether I'm there or not. So whether you want to rehab remotely, like in a different place than where you're at, maybe a different state, different city than where you're at, or even if you want to be able to have the rehabs that you have continuing to go while you're out of town, there's a few things you have to do. Number one is you have to have a good team of contractors, handymen, and builders, because you got to have somebody back home starting a project that is going to get in there and get work done. For instance, we are here in Brooklyn, like I said, and we just bought a property the Friday before we came here. So we closed on it. But our handyman was there, started doing some demo work on the property by Sunday. We closed on Friday. And even though we weren't there, I actually was going to call on Monday. Yeah, so like I said, our handyman started. I was going to call our handyman on Monday to find out what was going on. He said, "Oh, I already been there on Sunday." So he'd already, by the time I called him, he'd already worked almost 2 full days there. So, and not only that, so the week while we're gone, so our air conditioning contract's already started, our electrician is starting, and our roofer is getting started. They're already pulling permits and things are going. So even though I'm not there, the rehab is still going strong, still getting done. So if you want to rehab remotely, the main thing and first thing you have to do is you have to have a good team, people that you can trust to get that done. Number two is you have to be able to take time, even though you're away, maybe remotely, to call and check up on your project. So normally if I was in town, I would actually, someone on my team, me or my wife or someone on our team would drive by and look at the house. Usually my wife handles that. She would go by and look at the projects and things that they're doing there to make sure things are up to speed. So in place of that, you got to have your contractors, people who are doing the work, to send you pictures of what's going on. So instead of having somebody go look at it, they can send you pictures of what's actually going on at the property, so you can make sure that things are going smoothly. So if you want to rehab remotely, number one, you got to have a good team. And number two, you got to have checks and balances. In other words, you got to have a contractor who will take pictures daily of what they're doing. So if you want to rehab remotely, have a rehab going away from where you're at or going while you're on vacation, you just have to have a good team. You have to have a system of checks and balances through pictures so you know what's going on that property. So it's very easy to rehab remotely. But I say it's easy, but it really comes down to your team and your checks and balances to make sure things are getting done. So I just want to talk real quickly about rehab remotely here from Brooklyn, New York. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.